say we, I mean you in Abbi.
Look, this is going to get violent where I just go.
So today's task, when Abbi's put the dogs away, is prop shaft shortened for this and put some chains on there. First job though, top her off. Much easier to take the prop shaft off if he's out of gear. There's no pressure on these pipes. Right, that's that off. As somebody might say, oh, you handled the prop shaft with the engine running. Yeah, I did. But it's out of gear, so there's no mechanical connection. Put the lift arms to full height. Going down, taking its time, oil's cold.
What?
Oil's cold, so it'll take its time. Right, coming in. Yeah, share.
Look at the face of it. No, fucking good.
So with the pickup hitch, once you've got it up, you have to need that knob right to the top to use the pickup hitch, which I'll go through later on. But once it's on, you need to have it back down again, otherwise the rams are constantly pulling up and you'll stretch the lift rods. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nod and just pretend.
Totally agree with you, Dad. Everything you said, that's exactly what I would.
Yeah. Quarter of that road.
It's so smooth.
Smooth?
So smooth.
So we've got two pipes.
You are bloody recording.
That one there and there. That one there is a brake. You don't want that for a minute. You've got to fix that. And this one here is all tied together. So that one there is the lid. Okay?
Yeah.
So make sure you're clean, lift that cap and plug it in.
Okay, go for it then.
Go on, you do it.
Oh god, you're so gross.
What? What me? It's much better. Right, lift that up. You have to push it in quite hard. You'll feel it go lock in. Go on. Go on, Abs. Go on. Go on. There you go. There you go.
Is it
That's
in?
He's in, yeah. There you go.
I'm so weak and feeble today.
That's because you're weak and feeble.
I said today, not as unusual.
Yeah, but you are weak and feeble.
Battery low today.
Hey? No, it's just
No. No.
Oh, we don't need that.
No.
Right, I'll put that inside, lift the lid, go and get the prop shaft and we'll make a start.
Yes.
Alright,
Well,
and the
I am
box of
waiting
chains
on
is
you,
in the
to
house.
be
Do you want to get
honest.
the box of chains?
Are they heavy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try. Whereabouts in the house?
On the sideboard. So at the moment, that's too long. So what we need to do is measure the distance between the prop shaft there and that one there. From the end of that one to the end of that one. What?
Nothing.
I'm touching my bottom again. 110. Put that again. Yeah. 110 centimetres. Remember that?
You're recording it, you can look back if you need to.
Yeah, but I can't. I have to go back and put it in the computer to look back, don't I?
That's not my fault.
So it's easy just to get you to remember 110.
Yeah,
Can you remember 110? The same as my
Get
Land
a
Rover
better
wheelbase.
memory.
But that's from yours. Oh yeah, yours is crap too, isn't it? 110. That's the end.
Look, don't even look after it.
It's broken, right? It's just already broken. Don't touch my bum. Just stand over there. Yeah. Right, so it's 110 centimetres to the end of the shaft.
Look, if you're going to fanny out about all morning, I'm going to take tips.
Really?
System works.
So we have got.
Why don't you flip it so you can actually read it? There you go. Well done. So proud of you.
We've got basically 130.
And then 30.
So we've got to take at least.
20.
Yes.
Because I can
But
do
you need a
maths.
little bit of overlap. So it'll probably be 30 centimetres we'll take off each shaft. Okay? Ready?
I've got it.
Okay. Get on that end.
What end am I grabbing?
Pick up that end. There.
There?
Yeah, just pick it up.
On what bit of
Like this.
grabbing?
Pick it up like this.
Yes.
And pull. Pull away from me.
Oh!
Pull. Alright, don't let the ends drop in the dirt.
It extends, Daddy.
Yeah. Alright. Got it? Don't let that end drop in the dirt.
It's on me though.
Okay.
Is this what Homer Simpson's like? Where am I going with it?
Over on the bench. You're very proud
Is
of
this
that.
what you're like when you have to feel like you're telling everyone to sing it over your shoulder?
I don't know, is that your horse impersonation?
Oh, piss off.
Okay.
It was light.
So,
So,
we need to shorten both these shafts by approximately 30 centimetres.
not 20.
No. 30.
Well,
We got.
110.
You could do 20 if you want, but it's.
No, what I'm saying is, that was 110, this is 130, so
Yeah.
in theory you need to take off 20.
Okay.
But you said you needed some leeway, so then you said take off 30, which didn't make sense to me, because then you're taking off more.
We've
You
got to
haven't
take
got
off
leeway.
30 off the whole. Okay.
Yeah,
So we need to take off 30 inches of the length of this,
right.
of the entire length. Sorry, 30 centimetres. For which we would need.
You need to finally get organised?
Yeah. No, because Gabby borrowed the grinder, didn't he? Right, start that again. We finally get all the tools in the right place.
Thank you.
So,
Looks like what
For-
they use for foot trimming.
yeah, 4.5 inch grinder. So,
Is it literally they just use those, is it?
yeah.
Or a similar make?
Do you think Mr. Gab had this last? And there's the remnants of his cutting disc in there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling he used the last bit of that, or it just must have come apart in his hand. Ain't nothing left of that.
Well, he's definitely used it.
He definitely has.
Did you want one of the ones we brought down? Or were those the ones we brought down?
Well, I got a couple of part used ones in there, so I'll use a couple of them first. Because the first thing we got to cut is the guard. Right.
That's not even on mine.
That's close enough.
How fine do you use it?
Now this is interesting because usually you go around like this, you've got to see if one end of the hacksaw cut meets the other one.
Okay.
So
holding it.
Twist it over. Go on again. Go on again. There you go. That means I'm straight.
I'm surprised.
I know. So we need to get some of this grease off of here. So we need a rain. I've got to get that grease off. Because the thing is, when you're grinding, a lot of swarf. Swarf is grinding bits.
Why don't you just say there'll be bits?
Because there'll be bits of ground metal.
Yeah, just say that.
And mixed with grease, it acts like a grinding paste. Okay. So, right. If I take this one off.
Yeah, just show me how to do it, but do it if you can do it. If there is processes and steps to it.
Yeah. Well, the
Go
first.
through it slowly. Don't use complicated words. I'm thick.
Okay. First process. Make sure there's nothing flammable like white spirit around.
Okay, I can work with that.
All right, because grinding is going to create sparks.
Yep.
All right. So anything flammable, anything
Is
like
there anything else on here that needs to move? What's that?
that's filler. That ain't going to go anywhere. So
Okay.
that's pretty much.
Is that?
No, that's adapter.
Oh.
So we're pretty much free of anything here. So in an ideal world, you'd have a bucket of water or something about as well, but we
Do you
ain't
want me
gonna-
to get a bucket of water?
we ain't gonna catch fire. No. Eye protection. Okay. Do your overall up because you get a spark put down your front, you'll know it.
Do I need to put my sleeves down? Yeah?
Well, it wouldn't
Do
hurt.
it anyway?
And because of the orientation of the grinder, I think we'll turn that around. Okay.
Right.
So-
Which side would you like me to stand?
Well, if you stand here, you can see what I'm doing. So literally, I'm just going to cut off a section of
Do
this.
you need it to be clamped on?
No, it's heavy. It's not going anywhere. So.
Okay.
Now it's getting warm.
No, I've got a fire outside.
Need a longer disc. So where to put the new ones?
Oh, I put them in.
Right, so I changed the disc. I turned it off at the mains.
Right, okay. Basically, whenever you're changing or doing anything, you turn it straight off.
Just turn it off. Yeah, you don't want this thing to start up in your hand by accident or for any other reason.
Just what I look like.
Tim.
Sexy!
I'm sure some would agree. Thin ones. That's the kind of discs. The fat ones are grinding discs. I got a funny feeling. You know when this disc. We'll take that on that. So. Right. Okay. So that's on there.
Okay.
So.
Let me put my
That's it.
hang on. Plug in. Oh,
Right. Right. So to switch this thing
right,
on and
I'm
off.
watching you go behind my back because I don't want to
That's all right.
get them
So
wet.
to turn this on, there's a little bit of inertia.
What's inertia?
Oh, I got to turn it on there. Inertia, because you've got a spinning motion, because you've got something with some weight spinning one way, there'll be inertia, so it'll be pushing you back the other way. It's a force. It's like
Right,
how
okay.
a gyroscope works, is it on inertia?
Is that a what, sir?
A gyroscope?
Sorry.
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
just a bit thick.
Yeah,
You
alright.
have to explain in simple terms for me.
I don't know how could you explain a gyroscope in simple terms?
What does it do?
Stops things falling over.
Like a force?
It is a force, yeah.
Like
Anyway, right. Okay, so to start this thing out, you just push that forward. Hang on to it, That's right. Just lift that end and put it on the box there, because that'll hold it a bit more level anyway.
Hang on.
Just stick that on there.
Is that about right?
Yeah, because I thought that lip on the voice so it'll hold better. Let's get going out. Go on, out. Out. Keep it on her.
Daddy.
Hey?
I fell off.
It did. Right, so we'll need,
That's the aim of the game.
we'll need to tidy that end up. So we'll put that to one
So
side.
do you use the grinder then to
Just to,
flatten it?
yeah, to take all the burrs off.
Right, okay. Is that,
Right.
I'm not going to touch it, but would that be hot?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Quite good. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. We do. Where's the hacksaw? Oh, there. So hacksaw. So right, you can cut that bit off. So
Oh, okay.
same level as that.
Can I take this
You
off
don't
while
need
I'm
glasses
doing
for
it?
this. No, that's all right. This bit.
This bit keeps falling down.
Turn that off.
I don't feel like I can see.
All right. So there's your line.
Right, I don't know which arm's going to be best.
Up to you.
So I'm ambidextrous.
So it hasn't got to be exact. But there you are.
Do you want
just-
it right up to
No,
the...
well, just anywhere there. Hasn't got to be exact. Okay.
No, I don't know if my left hand's any good. Hang on. There, my right hand shitter.
Your right hand.
Well, I'm ambidextrous because some things might... That arm will be better than this arm.
Is that Wayne who's got a big smile on his face sometimes? Go on, get your shoulder behind it. Use this bit.
I am using that bit.
Okay. I reckon I could speed this up and add a soundtrack. Yeah, you still wouldn't be finished there.
That was a dick move. Am I getting
Yeah,
through?
yeah. It's only a very thick. That's how thick it is. That's what you're cutting. That's
Yeah,
all.
I know, but I don't think I'm very straight. I think I'm going off and off to the side.
I mean, you're bent.
Yeah.
Don't take after your dad then.
Is that a bit bent?
That's all right. You can straighten it up. This bit's inside. So this is the inner sleeve, so no one's actually ever really going to see this. The only people who are going to know that you haven't cut this straight is about
6,000 people!
Yeah. Right, so stop now and look where your other end is. So you can make sure you're lined
Oh,
up
I'm
with that.
not as bad as I thought I was.
So you're not that bent then.
Depends on the situation. No, I'm joking.
Are you right through there?
My right...
I don't think you're right through there. Wait, that's the grit there, in there.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. That's too small. So I don't feel I've got enough movement. Whereas if I've got can hold on to a bigger bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a little bit off.
So you're a little bit bent then. Right, try and match up
Right,
now.
so how do I get across?
Just,
so I just need to.
just literally just
I need to angle slightly.
yeah. There's enough flexibility in this in the blade.
I see that, but sorry, I'm trying my best to just try and.
That's not a problem. I can remember the first one I cut. If I kept going, I'd have cut a spoil all the way around the guard all the way down.
There we go.
There you go. Nearly there.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't hanging on to it, sorry. Look at that.
It's a bit.
That's alright, no one will notice that.
This is very discourteous. Look at that.
No, I wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that.
That's later on when I go home and you're like, just show you all how shit Abby is.
No, I wouldn't do that. So,
I would. I'd definitely do it to you.
so what I'm going to get you to do in a minute,
Yes.
I'll get you to use the grinder.
Right.
So, but the first thing I do is just going to get you to hold it and start it up.
Okay.
Just so you can feel the inertia.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is we'll feed it in. So,
Do you want it clamped down?
no, I'll hold on to it, so that'll be all right. So basically, we're going to go in with the edge of this guard
Where
here.
am I starting as well?
If I notch it for you and give you a line to follow, that'd be all right. So, but you need to have firm hold.
Okay.
All right, never use this one-handed.
Okay.
So firm hold.
Is it only for right-handed people?
No, not really.
There's
no reason why you can't do that.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
We'll see which.
The only thing you've got to remember is when you're doing it like this,
Yeah.
is you might have to just flick it off of your right because of the.
Oh, because you can't just hold and use your thumb.
It's either that.
No, Dan,
I can actually take this off and put it in that side.
I won't know until I hold it.
So I can change this to left.
Yeah.
I can change it left-handed. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll get you started. I'll just cut a little line.
Yeah.
Again, it hasn't got to be dead square. Looks nice if it is, but it doesn't matter if it's not.
Because you can grind it off.
I'll just grind it off level.
Yeah.
So I'll grind mine off, and you can do yours.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I'll just literally put a line in there. Now the line I'm going to put in means that the guard. So it's going to come an inch or so out from the guard.
So the guard will basically be tight to the yellow, but the actual blade itself will be in a bit.
Well, this guard is actually. Well, where's the other piece of? Ring? Pie?
Stop it.
What's wrong, pie? Steak kidney pie?
No, it's cottage pie.
Ooh,
Pie with cheese. Well, not cheese for it.
I'm having cottage pie for dinner. What are you having?
Bangs and mash.
Well, I'm having cottage pie.
Stop it.
Yum 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 with horseradish.
Sorry. You were invited. No.
It's fine. My food's not good enough.
Homemade mincemeat,
So
mashed potato.
you're basically getting it that the guard will hit there.
Well, no,
which
because
means
this
the
one, I
blade
was
will
actually
come
forgetting
here.
because I'm doing your side now. The inner guard is shorter, all right? Allows for a bit of overlap. So one of these
We'll
has
do
to be
that.
slightly shorter than the other, so there's a little bit of overlap. So if you're going to have, there's no point in having the outside one shorter. You need the inside guard is the short one,
Because that's
right?
the one that will slot into the longer one.
Yeah, it will slot
Yes,
over.
Right.
So all we're going to take off really is the same length of material.
So you're
there.
going to go there instead of
So we're going to go there.
over here.
So
right.
I'll notch that anyway. So basically what you'll do is you'll try it right-handed. If you get on right-handed, that's fine. You just carry on and you just literally take your time. There's no rush. And you just put a gentle pressure on there and it'll just slowly go way through. Now when the blade goes right in,
Yeah.
sometimes it can suddenly grip on the outside
Right.
and you might feel it pull. So you need to have a firm hold
Okay.
of it. So the deeper in you go, the more, if you twist a little bit, because the hole you're cutting or the cut line is literally
Yeah.
that thick.
Yeah.
So if you twist at all, it's going to grab the side of the blade and it will pull. Now with these little blades, another reason why you're wearing a face guard, if you do pull and the blade shatters, that's what this guard is for. So really and truly, you don't want to be looking down like I was at the blade. You want to have that guard
Covering
between
your face.
your face, all right, and
Well,
that
you're going to
blade.
be my extra pair of eyes anyway.
Yeah. So if I see something that's not right, I'll show you. So I'll put my goggles back on. I'll just notch it. So if you watch this thing when I first start it up, I mean it's got a fairly slow start on this, but all right. Turn it on again. You should be able to put the thing flat on the bench like that with the guard on, and it should stay there. All right. So firm hand, left hand on there. I'm just going to put the dog in the tractor a minute.
No, it's fair enough.
I don't want you catching a spark, do I? Just stay your feet, but you're going to get on my seat again. Just straight on. You're going at an angle like that. You're going. Okay, if you look at the angle you're going at an angle like that. That's
After I can't see it because of the guard.
Okay, well, you've got actually full face guard, so you're probably okay to look over the top, but you need to go straighter.
Okay.
So at the moment you're going off at an angle like that, you need to bring this round here so you're going straighter.
Okay.
All right? So it needs to be as straight as you can.
Okay.
All right? If you want to look over the top of the guard a little bit, you should be fine because you have got a full face mask.
Okay.
All right? A bit close to your nose there, though, so you're going to steam up.
I know. It doesn't stay.
Well, it does. Hang on, see. Just have to adjust the. Is that? You just adjust these things on the side, it will tension it up,
Oh,
okay? Yeah, but it's not, if you look at it, it's still not square. So let me
You
just...
literally just said to me, don't worry if you can't get it dead straight.
Well,
we'll
as
wind
straight
it
as you
off.
can. I'll just straighten it out for you. I've gone too far the other way now.
You have?
Yeah, but only a little bit. Only a little tiny bit.
Oh, and you have a go at me if you not keep it straight.
It's straighter.
Oh,
just...
this is real hard.
It's not.
I'm
It's just,
struggling with it.
just a bit of concentration. Yeah, but it's not hard.
Yeah, but the thing is though, whenever I put this close to that,
Yeah.
all I can see is two blades.
Two
I can't
blades.
see one.
Really?
Yeah, so I feel like I have to do this.
Okay.
So that's probably why it's off.
Okay.
It's because I'm trying
It'll
to.
be fine. We'll put it right on the grind.
Okay. Don't complain again now.
Me?
Which way are we going round as well?
Whichever way suits you.
Okay.
I will probably turn it that way because now I've got up here. I haven't got to turn. You can just turn the shaft in the middle.
Okay.
All right. So I can do that.
So which one am I following?
Left hand one.
Left hand.
Yeah.
That one's more in.
Yeah.
Right.
The correct line's kind of somewhere in the middle, but if you want to come back a little bit and try and see if you can correct it out straight, that's fine. All right. Just keep everything dead square on. So make sure it's square straight down and square that way. So you've got two dimensions to look at. All right.
I'll try my best.
Okay. I'm sure you'll do fine.
I'd rather stop and you double check it.
That'll be fine.
No. Is that better?
Yes, that's fine. The chances are we're going to cut some more off anyway.
Okay. So for the first time we've actually...
Fantastic.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. What I'll do is I'll just gently keep going. So once you've got it actually in the work.
Okay. Why do I think it's warm?
Yeah, that's right. Once you've got it in the work, you'll feel it suddenly going in.
Yeah.
When you know you're in there, and then what you can do is I'll start turning it then, and you'll.
So if I nod when I'm in,
I'll see it.
you'll turn.
I'll see
will
it.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Crack on. That's only where we've overlapped a little bit. Oh, careful. That's all right.
Oh God, Dad, that's terrible.
No, you can because you go back in there and just go up. So if you go back in there up in a slight line like that.
You know what, actually, Dad, I
No.
think you should.
No, that is perfectly okay. That is there are farmers that have been doing this for years and years would not do better than that.
That's so bad.
It's
My
not.
trousers were getting a bit warm and I've got finger.
Have you?
Well, it started to be a bit.
Yeah. So all you got to do is literally just correct that little bit. That will be fine.
It's a bit like with the saw, if I go slightly...
Yeah, but don't, it hasn't got to be a steep angle, so you might not finish cutting until you get to that one there.
Right, okay.
All
So
right,
I need
so
to go up,
so a thinnish slither, yeah.
angle slightly,
Or
just
go,
slightly.
just go straight, you'll be fine.
Right, okay, so I need to go up. Okay,
All right.
hang on.
Itchy snozzle.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's very warm, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you wait till you get onto the welder.
I've always told you, Dad, anything like mechanical machinery, just don't agree with me.
You're doing all right with this. This is okay. So do you feel the force when you're, because of the way the wheel spins, do you feel it pushing up at you?
Yeah.
That's the same as a chainsaw, it's called inertia.
Right, okay.
So that is, because the grinder's going that way and pushing down, there's a second force pushing back.
Okay.
And you've got to be careful using which part of the blade. So, because again, you catch something hard and it can kick back at you, which is why you must have this on there. So, actually, that's a cleaner cut than mine.
Where's yours?
There, there's my cut. There's your cut. As in that end is cleaner than mine.
Right.
All right. Potent stuff, isn't it? That's quite useful for making a mount. That is, if you want to make something that slides up and down, so you keep that.
Can you just appreciate how shit that is?
Not shit. Not shit. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Look, this. Mine.
Really?
Abbi's. Nothing wrong with that.
That.
Yeah,
That
that's all
bit.
right. That was so. It was a minor correction. At the end of the day, I didn't have it dead straight either, so nothing to worry about. How much swarf we got on there? Actually, that's not too bad. I wonder if you slide straight on there. Hold that there a second.
Yeah?
Any fingers?
Bloody fingers.
Right then.
Do you want to try it?
We'll measure it first.
So it was 130 over there.
110 to the inside. So to the inside of there. Wants to be, so it's basically from end to end wants to be about 110. So he's actually about 109.
That's not too bad.
So we're okay.
Do you want to try it before we cut any more off if we need to?
Yeah, we'll try it on, and then if it fits right, thank you. We'll try it on. If it fits okay, we'll then take it apart again, grease everything.
Yeah, and then smooth down the edges with the...
Yeah, and then well, yeah, we'll put it on, try it. If it fits fine, and we've got enough, we've got a couple of inches of movement to compress.
Right.
The idea is when you've got the prop shaft on, you want as much of those two sleeves touching as possible because you're transferring 100 horsepower. Or
Whereas
this
if
could be
they're quite
150.
near the ends, it's quite...
Yeah, so the more metal you've got touching inside, so the more, where to put that?
Not those two.
The more these two are slithering together,
The powerful it is.
well, the less likely you are to break something. If you've only got an inch or so of this, and you've got 100 horsepower going through that, it's only the last inch of this that's doing it. So the more you can have it slid in, the better. So
Yeah.
these need to be cut that you've got as much material
Yeah.
to transmit the power as possible, but enough slack that if you go around a corner or up over a dip
Yeah.
or something like that, that
can
it
do
can
that.
push together. So if I suddenly go up over a hill, go uphill or something, you need that couple of inches. So, I'll see the dog's barking at and we'll put this together. So,
Alright.
so I've got a nose out of joint for the insert of the tractor. You're safer in there, honest. Right then, let's see if this thing fits on your okay. It still be a bit long actually.
Sure?
Yeah. Well, I'll just take a bit more off, yeah.
Are you sure it's a bit long? Because you're not reaching yet.
Well, I haven't actually got it on yet.
Hang on, I got it.
Careful, he's heavy.
My bloody
Sorry. Yeah, so I can't get him on, he's too long.
Okay, so we're looking at it now.
We'll have another 5 or 6 centimetres off there, I think, so. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so he's just too long. Just as what we checked.
Yeah.
Right then. So, a bit more off. So, same again.
Right, so you can measure.
Well, I know it's going to be about that much off there.
It's a bit more plastic.
Yeah, actually we'll have a tad more, I could have got plenty over that. So plastic back to there. And then we'll cut the same amount. We'll use that guide as a guide then. We'll cut the same amount off both of the props. Alright?
Ready?
Go for it. Probably speed this bit up. Put this at like.
If you carry on complaining, you can do it yourself.
No, because
No,
both of us
don't
do
you
it.
don't
I'll
run
probably
at
do
me.
it.
Don't you run at me. Are you going to turn it?
Don't look anything like it, turn it. You're already doing better than the first time.
No, I'm not. I'm way off. Since you're not going to turn it, just
Well, you haven't cut the top bit first, he's not through there yet.
yeah, I know. But I was creating a line
No.
to follow because I was going slightly at an edge.
Oh, alright then. Go on then. There you go, look. Blind man, are you pleased to see that?
I'm grateful. That's what you are.
I'm not ungrateful.
You
Oh,
are.
I'm extremely grateful. Right, now you want to take that much off. Okay?
Can you mark it with a pen or not?
Oh yeah, go on.
Starting there, are we?
Yep. Okay. Super duper. Right. Perfect cut this time it's going to be, isn't it? So what we'll do, tell you what, you were bloody close though.
I know. No, that's pissed me off because I thought I was doing really well that time.
So literally, if you just go in there and just take a slight edge on there and take that noggin off, that'd be fine.
That's really annoying me. I did so much better this time.
You did. Well, it's literally what, millimetre?
You weren't keeping up with me though. I was thinking, turn faster, Dad.
Well, no, you don't want to go too fast.
You know what I
Slowly
mean? As soon as I got through a bit,
Yeah, yeah.
I brought my hand down slightly.
Yeah. There's no need to go too fast because what happens? You go too fast, you create more heat.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it's
I've already got hat pants.
Yeah. So literally just tie that end up there, which is much. I mean, that, you can still use that, but you just like to cut your finger on that.
Would you? I'm not saying two,
Yeah.
but would you, if you wanted to, could you just grind that to a point?
Yeah, you can just grind that off if you want.
But then that's just more work on the grinder, isn't it?
It's swings around the legs.
Yeah.
It's such a tiny little bit slither. Just tied it up with the grinder, with the cutter. That's fine.
Right. So the ball at the bottom of that.
Yeah, just tie it at a slight angle if you can.
Is that too much?
No. Lovely.
Bit of hot knife.
Yeah.
That not too bad?
No, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, that probably doesn't even really need grinding.
Oh, I'm chuffed for that. Do you need to keep it clean?
So you've done quite well.
I'm going to do the next
You've done quite well. And now it's my turn to cock it up.
Do you want that off with the plug?
Where's the electrical? Hey, no, it's fine.
And then turn. Oh, I'm going to do it.
Blade's going on. One more.
Is that Wayne?
Yeah, rain.
Oh no, I'm getting soggy.
That's alright. Just got to come off close right in there, right? Okay, so on there. Ready?
Yeah.
To the end.
What, use that? You're going to make me look like a failure now, aren't you?
Look.
Huh. You did it on purpose.
No, I didn't.
You did it on purpose to make me feel
No, I
better.
didn't.
You did.
No, I
You're
didn't.
smiling.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I wouldn't
You
do
did
that.
on
No,
purpose.
I wouldn't do that.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Push it a bit more. All right. All right. I won't bring it in. It's not red off. So we've got to turn our side of it.
Oh, hang on. I don't need this thing on my head anymore, but never mind. Do you know what I look like? You know those people that walk around shopping centres? They've got the briefcase handcuffed to them.
Yeah?
I look like one of those. Would you like me to put this down and help you?
Well, I'm just trying to find the end of my shaft, innit? I can usually find it, no problem.
Is it cold?
It's a bit knobbly.
Oh god, no, I didn't need to know that. The dog's sulking at me.
That's that end. So, I reckon that's about right. But yeah, so
So we know it fits.
it will fit. That'll be fine because I'm going to have. We'll turn that on another inch. 4 inches. We've got no really big lumps and bumps here.
Right, okay.
If I had ground with really big lumps and bumps, I might want to make it a bit shorter.
What about in the field? In that one?
No, that won't be enough to compress that.
Right, okay.
So it would have to be quite a steep lumber bump. So
Right,
and it's literally
okay.
this is needs the compression in case you've got a sudden uphill,
Okay.
because the distance between the pickup and that will shorten. So, but not that much.
Right, so now we need to
Take it apart and grease it.
Do we need to grind it?
Nope.
No.
The cuts are clean enough. We can get away with that. So.
Right,
So
lovely.
literally you've got to take it apart again.
And lube it up.
Lube it up.
Right.
Right then. We need. I could get the electric battery powered greaser out to do this, but it's kind of no point really.
Am I better off wearing my pair of blue gloves?
Well,
Am I going to get these covered?
no, because it shouldn't be. You've got to find the nipple first.
I was watching Thingamabob,
Thingamabob?
and they've got an electric greaser.
Who's Thingamabob?
Sandy Perch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're worth having. If you've got a lot of stuff to do, I've got a funny thing, this is going to be a bit of a pig. There's no hole there. So where are you? There you are. Right, so can you see that in there?
What am I looking at? This little
That
nut
thing
here?
there,
Oh yeah, I see.
the nipple's facing the wrong way.
Right, okay. So is that something that's been manually put on that way, or is that
He might have
something...
just twisted round, so he might actually. Oh, crumbs.
Do you unscrew it, or do you...
Yeah, well some of them are punched in, some of them are screwed in, so. They're quite tight, but I wonder if I can get onto that. What's that? I reckon someone's put that hole in there
What, to get to the...
to get to it, so if you can hold that.
Sorry. Henry's mum and dad had said that they were really impressed with what we done.
What you done?
Yeah, at home.
Oh right, okay, well you have, you've done a good job, haven't you?
Thanks, Dad.
Right, see if you can pump that, so just give it a couple of pumps.
Is it going in?
Just give it a good sharp. Roar. Okay, no.
Do you know what these make me think of?
Cheers.
No.
What then?
Dave left this digger down here years ago. This is going back when we were little.
Yeah.
And he left one of these in there, and I got plastered in it. 'Cause
Did
I
you?
thought it was great fun to go woo and put it
Okay.
everywhere.
So if we pull them apart a minute, and I can use any excess grease that you put on the shaft. So if you pull that end out.
All the way out.
Yeah.
You want them separated.
Yeah. Come on, lads. Come on.
And
Okay.
then one became two.
So any excess grease put on the little shaft. We'll put it on the big one because the outside of the big one stays clean anyway. So
I don't know how you want me to help.
I got to try and get the grease gun on there. So like I say, it looks like the grease nipple's twisted round, so I've got to pull them out a bit. The pliers are a bit stiff.
Is he turning?
Yeah, that's probably enough. So there's the end of the grease nipple there.
You on?
Not yet. Go for it.
Go.
Go.
Tell me when.
Oh, okay. One more. There you go. No.
So why is it not going on? Is it because it's dirty?
Well, it could be could be he's blocked, but the thing is, if the grease nipple end isn't going on there properly,
It won't hold it anyway.
no,
Does that need to be hung off like that?
no, I think I might just twist it just a tad too far. So we'll try different gun.
Okay.
So this is a different end on here. So this one actually locks on.
Right, okay.
If I can get it on there. So hold that. Right, try it again. Got some pressure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Is it going in?
Yeah, keep going. Okay, that's it. So
Is that a bit
that's my
better?
cheap Chinese quick fitting thingy.
Look, if it's cheap and it's cheap when it works,
Does the job.
is there another
So
nipple
on the
that
same
end?
on the other end, yeah. So we bring him over here. Do the same again. So if you find the nipple on that one, every one of these carbon joint will have a grease nipple. Sometimes it's in the end of the caps, but it's usually inside there. So the other one was on the back, so I'm assuming this one's on the back as well. So it's on the back of there.
Right, okay. Someone's put a hole in there.
So there's a hole, and that'll be what that hole is for. Access for the grease nipple.
I can't even see where it would be.
Okay.
I can't even see it in there.
There he is. So
Found him?
if I push it that way a little bit,
Do you want this one?
yeah. If you can get it in there. So, actually, I don't think you can get that one in there.
Alright.
Can you see the nipple down in there?
Yeah.
Right. See if you can plonk him on. He's got to actually slot right on.
Can't really see, Is that on? Can you just check that? Does that feel on?
Okay. Try to cut the pump. See what happens.
Can you see?
No, but
You want to check? Do you want me to get my phone out and use the light?
no. Go, do another one. Again. Again. Go on. Okay, stop there a minute.
That's pouring out. I can see it. Can you see that?
Yeah. It was on there, but I think that's a new joint in there anyway. Look at that.
It's quite
It's
clean
a new
in there.
cap in there, so. But I don't know if any grease is going in, so you need to make sure grease is going in there. These are the things, because they're difficult to do,
You need to make sure you do it right.
well, they get left.
Yeah.
You know, people that
People
go,
can't be
oh, I
arsed."
can't be asked. And they get left, and you mustn't. Because all of a sudden, you find you've got to buy another one, and this is probably 150, 200 quid.
Sorry, you paid that.
We won't mention that.
Yeah, it's all this spare time.
Spare time.
Yeah.
The spare time that I've got, which is just well so I can teach you stuff. Isn't that right?
Well, I've had kind of spare time this week, but
Well,
we
you
could
just-
all go to hell next week when we go back to work.
Right, okay. Yeah, I don't think
Do you want me to try and get on again, or?
I think what I might do is actually the nozzle on the electric gun is a lot better. So bear me a second, I'll get the electric one.
Okay. Oh, it's so fancy,
Fancy.
fancy. Is that a battery, is it?
Yeah. Right. Do you want to press the button or do you want to squeeze my end on? I don't know where you get it from, I don't.
I think that's on.
Clicked on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Right,
that's
just have a look,
on.
see what that was in. Okay.
Stop. Well, it's coming out of the
Is it coming out of the joints?
Coming out of these two ends.
That's fine. That is fine. Sort it. Did I take the end off here? Might be difficult to get off, so if you twist the prop shaft, turn that,
Yeah.
you'll hopefully pop off. There you go. See?
Do you need to wipe your end? What's that? That's what I'm talking about. It's a serious question, Daddy. Why do you make it rude? This bugger.
And people wonder when we have a strange relationship.
Well, I didn't say I was gonna do it. I said you can do it.
No.
I'm not saying it because I don't want to make it worse.
Stop. Stop.
Stop! Stop!
Stop. Okay,
Stop!
so
Stop!
we'll put these back together again. So if you want to hold that in. Slide one. Okay.
Good lash.
Right, grab that. We'll go and see if it fits better now.
Hang on, I've got to turn it. Do you want me around the other side again?
Yes, please.
I can just do it. So many rude jokes, not enough time.
That's that one. Just drop that on my chest.
Oh, you were the one turning to me going, don't drop this on the floor.
Oh, I didn't do that, did I?
Pardon?
I need to squirt on that button. Okay, so we'll leave that little face
Oh, you left me, you bastards.
in there. Right, round here, we'll put some
You're not putting it on?
Well,
We don't have to, I just thought that was what you were doing.
he's a bit stiff from it, I was going to let that sink in.
Fair enough.